In the heart of the Gaza Strip, a hidden war is raging underground. For over 2 decades, Hamas has built a massive network of tunnels, a subterranean maze they call the Gaza Metro. They use it to hide, to travel, and to smuggle weapons. But what if there was a way to seal these tunnels shut in seconds, without firing a single missile? Today, we're re-diving into Israel's latest secret weapon that's changing everything. The sponge bomb. Yes, you heard that right, a sponge bomb. Stick around to find out how this bizarre invention could be the game changer Israel has been looking for. Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the world's most cutting-edge military tech. Today, we're exploring a strange but powerful weapon that's taking the world by storm. It's not a missile, not a drone, and definitely not a typical bomb. It's something completely different, and it's being used to solve one of Israel's biggest military challenges. Before we get into the sponge bomb itself, let's understand why it's so critical. Beneath Gaza lies a complex web of tunnels that Hamas has been constructing for the last 20 years. These tunnels, often called the Gaza Metro, act as hidden highways for Hamas fighters, allowing them to move freely without being detected by the Israeli military. Now picture this, these tunnels aren't just for hiding. They're also used to smuggle weapons, transport personnel, and even stage surprise attacks on Israeli forces. What makes this even more complicated is that many of these tunnels run directly under civilian areas. This is a huge part of why they're such a difficult problem to solve. For years, Israel has been trying to find ways to destroy these tunnels. But it's not as simple as just bombing them from the air. The tunnels are deep, well hidden, and destroying them with conventional explosives risks causing immense damage to the civilian homes and infrastructure above ground. Israel needed a different approach, a new strategy that was both effective and more precise. And that's where the sponge bomb comes in. Despite its name, this isn't an explosive device in the traditional sense. Instead of using a blast to destroy tunnels, the sponge bomb uses a chemical reaction to create a thick, rapidly hardening foam that can completely block them. The device itself is basically a plastic container holding 2 separate liquid chemicals. As long as they're kept apart, they're stable. But once the device is activated, the partition separating them is broken. The 2 chemicals mix, triggering an immediate and violent reaction. This reaction creates a massive volume of foam that expands incredibly quickly before hardening into a solid block. This resulting material is much stronger than typical construction materials, which is why it's so effective at sealing off these dangerous underground passages. So, let's break down the science. You might be wondering, how can a bunch of foam really stop a tunnel from being used? Well, when the sponge bomb is activated, it's like a chemical reaction on steroids. The foam expands to fill every crack and crevice of the tunnel space it's deployed in. Then, in a matter of moments, it hardens into a solid, almost concrete-like barrier. This foam is incredibly tough, creating a permanent plug in the tunnel. Imagine trying to dig through solid rock with just a shovel. It's nearly impossible. That's essentially what this foam does. It completely seals the tunnel, leaving Hamas with no way to pass through. The real beauty of this technology is that it doesn't rely on a massive explosion. This makes it far more precise and significantly reduces the risk of causing damage to the areas above the tunnels, like civilian homes and public buildings. It's a cleaner, more targeted way of shutting down Hamas' underground network without the same level of risk for civilian casualties that comes with large-scale bombing campaigns. Of course, no weapon is without its risks and challenges. The chemicals used in the sponge bomb are highly reactive and must be handled with extreme care to prevent accidents. If they're mixed improperly or exposed to the wrong conditions, things could go wrong very quickly for the soldiers deploying them. And while the sponge bomb is designed to minimize civilian impact, it's not completely foolproof. There are always concerns when deploying new military technology, especially in densely populated urban environments. The goal is to ensure the foam is only deployed exactly where it's needed, deep underground, inside the tunnels without affecting anyone on the surface. But like any new weapon, there's always a potential for unintended consequences. So why does all of this matter on the grand scale of the conflict? Well, if the sponge bomb can successfully neutralize a significant portion of Hamas's tunnel network, it could fundamentally change the dynamics of the war. Hamas relies heavily on these tunnels to remain hidden, move their fighters and weapons, and launch attacks. By blocking these subterranean routes, Israel can cripple a huge part of Hamas's operational infrastructure. It would force them to change their tactics and operate on the surface, where they are much more vulnerable. Think of it like severing an army's most vital supply lines and communication channels all at once. If Hamas can't use its tunnels, it becomes much harder for them to sustain their fight. The sponge bomb is a fascinating example of how military technology is evolving in the 21st century. We're seeing a trend towards inventions that are designed to be more precise, less indiscriminately destructive, and aimed at reducing civilian casualties. In the future, we might see more weapons like this, ones that focus on surgically disabling an enemy's capabilities, rather than just blowing things up. The big question now is, could this be the future of warfare? Will we see more countries adopting this kind of non-explosive strategic technology? And what will be the long-term effects on global military strategy? So there you have it, the sponge bomb. A game-changing new weapon that could rewrite the rules of underground warfare. It's incredible to see how technology continues to evolve, and it really makes you wonder what's coming next. What are your thoughts on the sponge bomb? Do you think it's the future of urban combat, or just another high-tech gadget with limited application? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more updates on cutting-edge military tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.